listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA, the Source 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, broadcasting to you live from the Paddock Mall, the shutdown Paddock Mall that may
open in May.
Coming to, and one of the things that might be opening up as far as it goes, but we're also streaming live, YouTube Live, WOCA, the Source Radio. So we're now 20 minutes before the top of the 11 o'clock hour with a little show round out here for this Friday. Friday, Joe. We made it. Yeah, buddy.
Thank goodness it's Friday.
Yeah, buddy.
I like that song back in the 70s.
Yeah?
That's
a pretty good one.
Yeah, it was.
That's a pretty good one. Now,
back then I used to DJ. I had a roller skating rink.
Yeah?
And it was a trade-off. They didn't pay me, but it was a trade-off because all my kids, because I have 4 kids, they used to roller skate for free on Friday nights and Saturday nights.
Yeah.
Maybe it was it Friday night and Saturday night, or maybe too many years ago. But I used to DJ and all the little different things, stop and go. You learn all these little tricks for the roller. Otherwise, they just roller skating in a circle. You know, they're all exciting. Watch paint dry. Again. But I used to change it up, and they used to have fun and what have you. But they had the man who owned it. He had put a lighting system in with all the switches and everything. All the lights would change and the mirror ball, and I mean, it was something like out of the movies. You would see it. In the little town of Hendersonville, North Carolina, which it is now closed, I understand, but it lasted for years. And
the town's closed?
Right now, yeah, a lot of it is. Boom, the roller skating rink wise, but tell you what, but it was fun for the kids, and I enjoyed it. And I remember working there, and this young man came up to me, and he says, "How do you do that?" I looked at him and said, "Do what?" "Oh, never mind." Well, he thought there was a voice processor to make my voice lower.
No, kid, that's just talent.
That was handed down to me from my dad. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Here's the Friday song.
What?
Here it is. Yeah, you don't have the headphones, but that's the Friday song I started with. That one comes from, that's a little shout out to Brad there at the Ocala Flight School.
What?
It's a goofy one. It's one of those teeny bopper ones. It's laughable to get you fired. Look at you, it's fish out of water over there. My goodness. For those who don't see, he's trying to grab a pair of headphones. I think that was the hardest you've had to work this week. Jeez, Roy. You know what? All that, I gotta play it. I don't have it on play. My goodness. There you go. Is that better?
Yes.
Woo.
I tell you what.
Wow. Now it's Friday.
Well, you have to unplug them, otherwise you get feedback from the headphones. Unless they shut off the volume on them, you get feedback through all the headphones coming up. They're like a 7-8 speakers out here, and then the microphone grabs it, and then it does a 180 degrees loop on there, and hi, ho, hi.
That was entertaining for me to watch you struggle through that a little bit. Yeah, struggle is real, isn't it, Joe?
The struggle is definitely real. Yes.
And if you've been listening, AM Ocala Live here as it's Friday. We're making our way through the week. Thank you everybody who's been listening. And we usually do OM Radio or Ocala Magazine Radio for this last half hour.
Ben's not here. I don't know where he is. I don't have an email. Philip's not here. I don't have an email from either one of the gentlemen. The young lady that usually comes in sometimes with them, they did. So I don't know if they're all largely they're all working from home. I knew that that's a gimme. But I'm looking, making sure no notifications on my phone, none, 0 zip.
But,
so it says 70 degrees already. It's supposed to be high 80 something today.
Yeah, with increasing cloudiness for the rest of the afternoon,
so that'll keep the temperature down to 80 rather than 90. Kind of. Just flow with it.
Sure.
Now, you said it's going to rain all day tomorrow?
And the expectation is now 50 to 80% chance of rain tomorrow.
And?
As they're expecting showers and thunderstorms likely after 2 p.m.
Tomorrow.
And then, and then more showers and thunderstorms after 5 p.m. with an 80% chance of rain.
So we'll have rain overnight Saturday on Sunday. What did it say? Same rain?
Sunday is a little lighter chance, but it's mostly cloudy through the day with a 70% or 30% chance on Sunday. But Monday is the heavy day. Showers and thunderstorms, high near 80. Chance of precipitation, 90.
90. Okay. All right. Well, we need the rain.
We do. We've had
My
some good stuff.
grapevine in the yard, one week it was like a vine. Next week, vine with all the leaves.
Oh, yeah.
Wow,
So it's like just boom.
Boom.
The way
it came out quick.
Popped with the weather we had. It's kind of neat just how everything is so much more green, and just the week we had with some of the rain and the thunder and lightning, and it's kind of neat how like in 1 week nature's like, hey, I'm awake.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
Here we go.
Yeah. Dormant what?
But I love it. I love it in Florida. It says 10% chance of rain, and it's pouring out there. Well, it's 10%. Just because it's 10% doesn't mean you're not going to get any. So it's been.
I've always the percentage stuff. I've always just said it's not a chance of rain. It's not a 10% chance. It means that 10% of the area
might get rain,
might get something. And that's true because for example, like the whole 50% chance of rain.
Yeah, you got a half and a half chance.
Like that's what it is. So it's like, well, 50%
of what?
Of the area will see some rain.
Yeah.
And that's how you have to look at it.
Marion County is the size of Rhode Island. Come on. It takes 45 minutes to go from one end to the other end.
It does. It is pretty big.
Oh, yes.
That is pretty big.
I know.
And actually, in reference to Rhode Island, if you were really realistically to identify the size of Marion County to Rhode Island, it takes up about a third of it. A third of that state, right?
What?
Marion County.
Marion County is the size of Rhode Island.
It is?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's big.
I need to wrap my head around the...
I know people say, well, we're in Marion County. Yeah, 350,000 people in Marion County alone, but that's spread out.
Yeah.
That is spread out. So you're spread out all the way there, number one. Number two is we're in horse country. And we have cattle, and we have blueberry farms, and we have all these farms out here that take up a lot of real estate. So that is the area. So imagine if this was a metropolis, how many people would be here? If it was Ocala is the biggest city in Marion County.
Yeah.
Right? We're the biggest city, quote unquote. Mm-hmm. There's Dunellen. And and Bellevue, and I have a list in the office, all little towns, and there's about 80, maybe more, of little towns and what have you throughout Marion County. But if these started springing up and getting more from a town to a city, then the population would boom, and I think that's what's going to happen because we got Chewy, AutoZone, and now we're having what is it? Dollar General, I think it is, or Dollar Tree.
Family, Dollar Tree, yep. Dollar Tree,
one bought the other one.
Amazon,
so Amazon's coming in?
They're going to do, there's some kind of, that area, I got to look it up, it was a while ago, but yeah, they're doing something, they're going to have distribution
center. Same area?
Yeah. Wow. What's funny you mentioned that, I just want to look up
what?
To be the, Rhode Island, its size is 1,212 square miles.
Oh, there you go.
And Marion County is 1,663 square miles.
So we're bigger.
Now, here's the other thing. Population of Rhode Island is 1.1 million.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Because why? It's all metropolis. It's all cities, not in towns. It's congested.
My goodness.
It's condensed, I should say. Condensed, congested, either or. But yeah. Have you ever been to Rhode Island?
No, I haven't. And I'm looking at it going, well, the bottom line is Rhode Island is made up of almost one city, like you could consider Marion County of Ocala, like Providence, Rhode Island.
Oh, that's the main
Even
one.
though they break away and they've got Warwick and Portsmouth and Charles, their size of Charleston. Narragansett. How do you say that?
Who?
Narragansett.
Narragansett, yeah.
Now, yeah, so that's something. So see, I learned something today.
What, the pronunciation?
I thought you were exaggerating, but yeah, it is larger than the state of Rhode Island.
That's right.
Incredible.
So Marion County is a big, big county, though.
Incredible.
Yeah, so.
I think what's interesting about that too is the idea of like the size of that state, and it's its state, and they're like, hey, we're going to consider ourselves a state. We're right here. This is as big as we're going to get.
What?
Have fine with
Marion County?
No, Rhode Island.
Oh, Rhode Island.
As
As far as you can go. Yeah. You
yeah,
can't.
as a state.
You can't really stretch it any further. Yeah. So.
Crazy.
10 more minutes, then Conservative Watch Hour will be coming in.
That's right. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
Yep. After we got 10 minutes left till the top of the 11 o'clock hour, and then after that, after AM Ocala Live, it is the Conservative Watch Hour with our friend Annie Marie Delgado.
She's watching you. Be careful.
Yeah, she is.
Have a seat, Annie. Have a seat outside there. Sit down, relax, take a load off your feet. Yeah. Looks like she wants to say something. I better go talk to her.
Well, she's got an hour and 10 minutes. She'll have a full hour to say everything she needs to say.
Oh, she says no. Never mind. Okay. She's just peeking in.
No, man, that is cool. That's interesting. So yeah, I learned something that Marion County is larger than the state of Rhode Island,
but not population, but
no,
the size.
And I'm glad for that population.
Well, it's going to get there.
You think so? You think at one point we'll have close to 1 million people in Marion County?
At least you got to figure out how big we are, and now.
There's times I've thought logically that with the communities that's being built with southwest of Ocala, the expectation of growth, like you talked about, some of the industry that's moving in, and then also I'm going to throw this one out here. Ocala is in a great spot when you think about the avoidance of any tropical storms like heavy hurricanes or anything, because you're not on the coast, and it's a higher elevation in certain areas within Marion County. That leads it to be a little bit more safe in lieu of that. At the same time, it just feels like with so much growing here, it's more new, so that attracts anybody who's been wanting to come to Florida from up north. And you know, a lot of Northerners are like, someday I'm going to get down to Florida.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to retire to Florida.
And with that, too, its price is more of an average than where you would see on the coastlines of which has become absurd between like Naples, Fort Myers.
Never mind that, yeah.
And all those areas, Orlando and Tampa.
Well, we have on top of the world
in
Ocala, in Marion County. I don't know if that's a part of Ocala or not, but I know it's in Marion County, logically. And they're expanding leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
But with that said, how more are they going to start buying more land? In other words, are they going to expand, or are we going to get another gigantic development coming in? Remember, if you have 700 new employees for the new distribution center, you got to go times minimum of 3 or 4, because it's a family. Usually not a single person comes in and works. Usually a husband and wife, 1 or 2 children. So let's go 4.
Okay.
4 times 7 is 28. Okay.
That was for yourself there. Carry the 1.
Carry the 1.
That was for me.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. Anyway.
28 if you're
1,000
yeah.
people. Boop. Extra. Just coming in. That's an influx.
In the idea of
that's just 1. Now we have 4 of those kicking in. Plus who knows how many more. Because Ocala is a central hub. It's a dry hub. And not like an ocean hub. It's a dry hub. Or dry dock. So it is a distribution center. Hour and a half, which is nothing as far as for distribution.
Yeah.
Hour and a half to Tampa. Hour and a half to Orlando. Hour and a half to the West Coast, East Coast, and up north, west if you want to go there. It's an hour and a half, any of those directions.
Yeah, Jacksonville. Well, it depends on 301. It's always longer.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But again, 301.
When and if you've ever driven to Jacksonville, which way do you go? Do you go 40 to what is it, A1A, and then just go north of that, or do you go up 301?
301. 301, and there's 2 ways to get to Jacksonville.
They are developing more, and they're widening a lot of that road.
You go up 301. Yeah, they're developing like crazy. Go to 301, take a right on 10 into Jacksonville.
Yeah.
But usually the construction there is like,
it's awful.
But if you go about a mile before that, there's a right. You go like the back way to Jacksonville.
Yeah, taking that, and the road's okay.
Well, if you're in a rush, forget about it.
Yeah.
If you're in a rush, leave an hour earlier.
Yeah.
If you got to be there at 10, leave at 9 or 8. 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock even. I'd rather go and sit at a coffee shop and wait than wait in traffic. Nice and easy. I'll let them go nice and nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Or you could just, at a 172 Cessna, 40 minutes. 40-minute flight.
Thousand people out of work. I get him in here.
As we're coming up 5 minutes before the top 11 o'clock hour, just rounding out the show here, AM Ocala Live. I'm your host, Adam Mickulin, and we got you to stay tuned for 11 o'clock as we'll have our conservative watch hour.
That's going to be interesting.
And this will be good. Annie Marie Delgado in here to talk like they have for the last few weeks. As we were talking a little bit, just kind of the beginning of the show, we were just mentioning how in news with the conversation coming out of Washington yesterday with the press conference and President Donald Trump talking more direct about the conversation of getting things kind of back opened, if you will, segment by segment, piece by piece, and with that, it kind of leads, like I said, into some optimism for the weekend. Just something to think about. Hey, maybe there's only a few more weeks left of this, and everybody that's been going through.
I'd rather be safe
some
than
of the hardships.
Sorry. I would rather wait another week and not have a resurfacing of this pandemic.
Yep.
I was saying epidemic. No, it's a pandemic. So I don't know what the difference is. I still don't know what the difference is. One's worse than the other, apparently. So it's like, okay, I would rather just, okay, let's hold back and let that another incubation of 14 days go by, and then, okay, because that gives the carriers that do not have the symptoms.
Yeah, but we could always argue that if you waited another 2 weeks, well, then go ahead and wait another 2 weeks after that, just in case somebody incubated or got more carrier.
They're saying
whatever.
the other states, New York, I think it is, they want to get them back to school, and they're saying, no, we're just going to shut down school for a month because they get off in June usually, right?
Right.
Let's just keep them on until September. Just keep the kids out of school. That's it. Why?
Yeah.
Why? And Marion County has the Wi-Fi spots. You announced them earlier this morning.
Yeah. Some information there that we get the updates from Kevin Christian that we have in the studio and stuff, and a lot of everything that Marion County Public Schools has been doing to put the news out there for what they're doing for the students and the curriculum and everything they're doing. I will say, from what I heard, though, it is a challenge still, as much as they're doing to have everybody do the online stuff and everything. It has been a little tumultuous for a lot of parents trying to stay
they're saying
with their students.
To their parking lots.
Yeah, and then
that's if you don't have internet at your home.
Right, so you can get in the parking lot, use the Wi-Fi, download the assignments that are necessary to then take home.
So
and
you
work
go
on.
in their parking lot, go to their website where you couldn't usually do it, and then.
Right. Once you have the Wi-Fi, then you could bring up the link that allows you to then download the curriculum guides that's necessary to then go home and finish what you need.
I wonder if a lot of, remember you used to go to fast food and go in the lobby, and you could bring up the Wi-Fi of a fast food store.
Yeah. Right.
Now I wonder if you parked in their parking lot, if they still have it up, and you go in there and get on there instead of going to all those schools. It's still a link. It's just a link. It's not just,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
No, you're still connecting to Wi-Fi. None of it is secure.
Oh, right. But none of the restaurants are open, so.
But is the Wi-Fi still running? In other words, you can sit in a parking lot and get the Wi-Fi. You don't have to be in the store.
No. And most of the time, you do got to be inside.
Oh, really?
The signal's not that well. Not with that range, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I see.
Well, years ago, I used to be able to go. Matter of fact, you used to be able to get Wi-Fi sometime driving, but the best place I used to go was a library parking lot.
Yeah,
that was a very strong Wi-Fi.
That's pretty good.
You didn't have it. That's if you're when you're out of state and you're driving, and you want to get Wi-Fi or something rather than, regular phone is regular phone, but Wi-Fi is Wi-Fi, and so you just drive in a parking lot of a library or something, and I got signal. And you stay on there, you do all your book work for an hour or whatever, and it doesn't chew up all your data.
Gotcha.
Unless you have one of those fancy dancy plans that it's unlimited. Speaking of unlimited, here you are, Adam. Thank you. Another week has gone by here at AM Ocala Live.
That's right.
We appreciate the effort put forth by yourself.
Thank you. by myself. Nonetheless, with that being said, as we got just about a minute to go, like we said, stay tuned for the Conservative Watch Hour next on The Source, WOCA. As I usually say here, just to round out the week, obviously we'll be back Monday, carry on with what transpires for news for the weekend. But in doing so, everybody stay a little dry out there this weekend, as it will be raining. Enjoy yourselves, but at the same time, be safe and remember the responsibility of. And with that being said, I just want to say thanks for listening, AM Ocala Live. And I look forward to next week because I'm anxious to see where we go. I want to see this through to the end, my friend. That's where I'm thinking. But until Monday, as they say, for AM Ocala Live, thanks to Joe, thanks to Tish with the work she gets me. Until Monday, goodbye.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Chris Foster. New federal guidelines for coronavirus closures say states with at least 2 weeks of declining cases can start ending restrictions in 3 phases.
Dr. Anthony Fauci with the National Institutes of Health told Fox's Laura Ingraham the guidance
allow those areas that really have had very little involvement to more rapidly and effectively get